Hey guys, so I am, does that say 6? No. Okay, ignore me. So I am doing something a little bit different on my channel today, like a lot different actually. I am going to attempt to wallpaper because I have been working on these shelves in my room for forever, and I finally have the panels cut to be able to cover the shelves so that you can no longer see into my area, like my bed area, because my bed area is being separated by shelves from like my studio area. So anyways, I have not wallpapered since like ever, pretty much. I guess I did when I was like a child, but I don't remember that, and obviously had a lot of assistance. Hey, welcome. So I am attempting it. It's a bit different than like most people wallpaper because I need to wallpaper the back of the shelves, like when you the inside of the shelves before I put them on, because I want it to be seamless. Like there's like poles and stuff like that are going to interfere if I try to wallpaper it after. It would be a mess. So I'm doing the interior of the shelves before I put the backs on, and then I'll do the back of that after, like normal wallpapering, after we put the backs on, because I need to wallpaper both sides. One, because my shelves are gray and this wood is like a dark brown that's not going to look good with that at all. Also, we did a really bad job cutting them, so we kind of want to hide the really jagged cut job with the wallpaper. And 3, because I lost my train of thought halfway through. The third reason I want to wallpaper them on both sides is because you're actually going to see both sides of the back and the front of the shelf, because I can't talk or explain this. One side is my bedroom area, so either the inside or the outside of the shelf, because that's why the panels are like smaller, because like say for example, the top bookshelf will be facing inwards towards my bedroom, but the bottom bookshelf will be facing outwards towards the studio, so that you can utilize the bookshelf on both sides, or at least like one section of it. So you will be able to see the back and the front of both shelves depending on where you are standing in my room. Therefore, they both need to be wallpapered. So I have 2 different types of wallpaper here, and I have to decide which one I want to do first. This one I think I'm going to wait on, because this one is the one I'll probably do when the shelves are already put together, because I think I want this to be inside my bedroom area. And it's just like a light blue, kind of like antique-y looking aged wallpaper, and it's very, very pale blue. It's not really showing on camera, I don't think, like how blue it is. It looks way more washed out on camera, but it's this really nice antique light blue. And this wallpaper is pre-pasted, which means I don't have to do as much, because you just get it wet, I think, and then you like stick it on. So that's great. Another reason I think this wallpaper will be a little easier is because the print is like a bit more like muted and like all over the place. Like it's a lot busier. Therefore, you probably won't notice if the print doesn't match up as much on this light blue one. But the one that I'm going to be doing, I think today, because this, like I said, this is the interior one for like my bedroom area, and most of those shelves are going to be most of those shelves are going to be done afterwards, because it's the other side of the shelf. I'm horrible at this explaining this, but just trust me, I know what I'm doing, kind of. As far as I know the design, but I don't actually know what I'm doing at all. I watched about 2 minutes of how to wallpaper video, so this could go really hilariously wrong, because I was a bit bored watching it. So I just figured I'm just going to go for it and see what happens. So this is the wallpaper I am going to be putting on, and this was a really expensive wallpaper, so I hope I don't mess it up. But it is not pre-pasted, so I had to buy a jug of paste. that is, I think I bought pre-mixed paste. And I think you pretty much just like paint it on to the wallpaper and then stick the wallpaper onto your wood, which normally, like I said, is not usually laying flat on a table, but we're doing it differently because I know what I'm doing. Trust me. So anyways, yeah, so this is the wallpaper. One thing you can't really tell on the video is that the wallpaper is getting super, super dirty sitting on this board. So I think we should fix that problem first because we just cut this. Like I said, we did a horrible job. So there's literally like a cut already in the board. And I already did, maybe I should try taping this down first. But I don't know if I have duct tape. I don't know. I think I'll just leave it. But anyways, it's like really dusty still on this board and it's ruining my wallpaper. So first I'm gonna wipe it off. And then I also think I'm gonna go through, I don't know if I'm actually gonna do this. I'm gonna attempt to do this and see how annoying it is, and then I might just not do this at all. But you're supposed to go through and like mark like where you're gonna cut and like where the design is gonna repeat. But that seems like a really tedious task, so we'll see. This is sketch. Also earlier, I wasn't paying attention and I went to sit on the board and not the table, and I totally broke the board in another part. So again, this should be super interesting because this is way longer than my table. So yeah, like I should move how I have it on the table because I literally snapped it almost in half over here. Okay. But so far, just staying positive about it and hopefully it works out. So let's see. Okay. Next step. So I guess like you're supposed to, also I don't know, maybe I should move the board off the table for now, but I'd rather write on this, like cut into this board than cut my table. So I guess I should like measure. I think my board is, well, my board is almost the size of a ruler, so that's good. Which is 24 inches. So I think this is actually 25 inches. So we want to see where the pattern repeats because you're supposed to like match up the pattern, but do we want like, I don't know. All right, so maybe, do we want to start it on the legs all the way across? I guess, because I don't want to waste wallpaper. Okay, so I have to find a part to start. Yeah, that's fine. Let's try not to cut off the head. Oh, but then I'll lose that whole thing. Okay, so I think what I have to do is I have to pay attention to this board piece is for the bottom and it's 25 inches. Wait. It's not tedious. It's the proper way to do it. Do you have something the same size you can put next to the... Oh, no, I don't have anything the same height. But, okay, what I have to think about, and this is going to be super challenging for me. All right. I should measure and draw it out and cut it where it's like the top shelf where I'm putting this wallpaper is 19 inches. Then the middle shelf is not going to have this wallpaper, and then the bottom shelf is also going to have this wallpaper. So I think in order to make it look consistent and like match up properly, I'm going to do 19 inches and then immediately after do the 25 inches. So then I know that these two parts are going to like line up together. And then I have to, what is it called? Oh, then I have to make sure that the next bit lines up with this bit. So let me see. You're supposed to have like painter's tape I seen in the video to like do this, but I don't. I want to mark this, but then I don't want to like actually mark it yet. Let me get a second ruler so I can leave my ruler flat for now. Okay. Okay. Okay, so if this is from here to here is 19 inches, then the next one I'm pretty sure, which is this one that we're looking at now, is 25 inches. So that would go to the head. Which is perfect because then we won't lose. Oh, that's perfect. We literally won't lose like hardly anything. And actually I can leave like an inch in between because I think you're supposed to leave some space in between. Oh, mark it on the back. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. But first I should cut off this top edge because that's going to confuse my measurements. So what I'm going to mark it is 19 inches, then 25. No, I think actually, I think I'm just going to leave a little extra space. So I'm going to mark 20 inches and then 26 inches immediately after for every single one. No, because then the lines won't be perfect. No. Yes, all the way down. I think that will work. Because I think it will land in the same place if I do that. Let me check. Okay, so if I do 20 inches, and then from 20 inches, I do 26 inches. It literally lands in almost the exact same spot. So this is going to work out absolutely perfectly. So I ordered these tools online for wallpapering, a random kit. I just put it in this container. It came with this thing. I guess this is to like spread the air out. This I think also is to like smooth out the wallpaper. Measuring tape. I think this is another way to smooth out the wallpaper. Razor blade. That's what I actually need. So I guess these are just a million different ways to spread out the wallpaper. So the only thing I need right now is this razor blade. And I'm just going to cut the, don't you have measuring tape? Mark that. I'm literally using measuring tape right now. Okay, so I have this straight edge right here, and I'm actually probably going to take this board off of the table because I just realized I don't really need it because I'm going to be having to mark so much before I can put it on the board. But the board works perfectly because I don't want to use a straight edge on top of my table. So I'll do it on top of this. All right. Or not a straight edge, razor. So I'm just lining it up right here because this is like directions on the top. And I just want to make sure that I can measure from the top. And I'm trying to make it a perfect all the way across so it stays a straight line. Okay, cool. That's coming away perfectly. Cool. All right. Okay. Okay, so that worked out perfect. So this is literally not the design. That is why I took it off, if you don't understand. This tells me nothing. Okay. Oh no, it's about to roll off. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to take this board off of the table for one moment because I just don't want it to break in the process of trying to do this. All right. And I'm just going to quickly, where's my other ruler? I'm going to quickly measure the height of both of my panels just to make sure I'm right about the 19 inches. Okay. So actually that one's is about 20 inches. And then this one is 25 inches, which would give me less room to play with than I wanted. So let me see if there's any chance that I can make it a little bigger on the one end. Okay, if I did this one to 21 inches. So obviously I'm trying to make sure that the design, like when I cut it, it ends in the same place because otherwise I'm going to have like wallpaper that I'm throwing away, which is stupid. And so the wallpaper automatically starts like right at the legs of the cheetah. So, okay. And then this one is 25 inches, I think. Okay. So in order to make it perfect, I'm going to make this one 20 3/4 and make this 25. I need it to end there to be perfect. Okay, to make it absolutely perfect, I am going to do 20 1/2, which isn't giving me that much room, but at least I'll be able to repeat it and I won't have any fabric or any wallpaper waste. So as long as this all goes perfectly, it will be fine. Oh, also I should probably see how many of these panels I have to cut. So it is 19 and 3/4 wide. I'm gonna do this the easy way. Okay, no math necessary. I need to do repeat this pattern 5 times. Okay. Now, let me write down really quickly what the measurement is so I don't forget. It's 20.5 and 25.5. All right, let's start. Okay, that does make sense to do a couple first, but I'm first going to draw out all of the measurements before I cut anything at all. So I'm literally just going to write like really lightly, like a 1 on this one, a 1T for top. And then I will just continue through until I get to 5B. All right. So I'm measuring straight across, and then I'm going to just make sure this line matches up. Okay. Next one is 25. Get rid of this. Oh, this part is annoying because it's literally an inch short. So that means I have to draw out a couple of notches. Go over. Okay, I don't really know. I thought I drew lines. Okay. So this ruler is like an inch wide. So if I just put the ruler on the other side of the lines, I will add 1 extra inch when I draw the line. Because my ruler is 1 inch too short to measure this. All right. So then, ooh, that was not straight. Okay. Okay, perfect. So this is 1B. And now 19 inches. So I'm putting 2T because that is where I can't really see all of the messages because there's a lot of messages because I'm kind of far away from the computer, but okay, so if you just joined the stream, I'm just measuring out where I want to cut the wallpaper so that it will like all line up perfectly with the design. Hopefully I was right with how I came up with this plan. I don't know why it like doesn't. Okay. So this one is to bottom. So now we're on number 3, and I'm doing this 5 times. We're almost there. Let me just, before I continue, let me make sure this is still going as I thought, or if I'm completely wrong. Okay, that one seems right. So that one cuts off the left. So the first one just randomly ends. Then this one cuts off the legs. That's the whole part we talked about. That one randomly ends. This one. No. This is not work. This is not right. So when we got to the first couple, it's like right. But then this one, it's like 1.5 inches under his feet. That's how the first one starts. And it has it so that it ends on the legs. Okay, so then we go to this one, and it ends 1.5 inches, or like just right below the feet. So we know that's wrong. Killing me. How? How is it ending wrong? Did I do the measurement wrong? That's about 19 inches. About. Not a straight line from one. Okay, so if that's 19 inches, what the heck is the first thing? Okay, so what happened is I totally forgot my measurements and have been drawing the wrong measurements. It was supposed to be 20 and a half, and I think the whole time I started drawing 19 and a half, which would make sense why I'm about 1 inch off. So one, this paper is getting really creased by what I'm doing. So it's supposed to be 20 and a half and then 25. So right away I just messed up and did 19. All right, that's all right. We're gonna survive this. It's good to double check your work. It will be right though once I do this because it looks like I'm about 1 inch off all the way down. That is so annoying. Okay, so it's 20 and a half, not whatever the heck I was doing before. Okay, now flip this. And I'm using an L square right now, trying to make my lines as straight as possible. But I swear sometimes using an L square I end up with like crooked lines. But trying our best here. I swear. Like, how does my lines come out more crooked when I use this? Alright. So I take back what I said. The L square is not helping me make straighter lines at all. Okay. Okay. Now, this was 2. Now I have to redo this because it's obviously going to be an inch too short. Also, I just don't know how to draw lines, so this is in an awkward place. Okay, so erasing this line so we don't get confused. So now yeah, I did write my measurements down to remember it, but then I didn't read it before I started measuring, and then I forgot. Honest mistakes made here. But at least I double checked my work and I caught it. So this still seems wrong. No, wait, this is right. Is this right? I have no idea. Because that one ends at the legs. That one ends at about an inch before. And then this one is supposed to end at the legs. But it's ending. Oh, wait, no. Okay, 1 more inch. I forgot about the ruler flippy thing that I've been doing when I adjusted this. Now it will be in the right place. Okay. It's all just the learning process. Well, thank goodness this isn't pre-pasted because I'd be taking all the paste off right now with all these erasings. All right. This paper is really hard to erase, by the way. All right. Okay, so now that is actually in the right place. So awesome. Now we are back to the third part, which is where I realized my error. So we are caught back up with where I started. So we're doing 20.5 now. And it looks right because now I know I'm paying attention to where both of them are supposed to end. So I can double check my work. And this looks right. So that. Okay, cool. So we're gonna write on here, this is 3T for the top. And then now we're doing the one that's 25.5 inches long. Again, I have a 24-inch ruler, so I'm gonna measure 24 and then add 1 inch at the end. Okay, so So this is actually a lot more intensive than doing a sewing video. I feel like I really have to focus on this. Otherwise, I'm gonna like accidentally do it wrong. But the good thing is I feel like once you cut all of it out, then you just glue it on and you're all done. So maybe I could have these part of my shelves built tomorrow. Okay, so that looks right now that I'm looking at the design. So that is the bottom. Is it? No. The top is always, no, that's the top. Yeah, this is the bottom. Bottom 3. To draw a straight line with the square, put the square against the edge of the paper to keep it straight. Are you watching? I'm literally doing that. But for some reason, I think because the paper is like lifting right here, it's not working out for me. So it's better for me to not use the L square. Like, I'm using the L square, but I'm going to not use that function because literally that always happens to me every time I try to use an L square. So now I've measured 20 and a half and it looks right. I'm measuring that. This is for the top. So I'm going to put 4T. We are almost done here because we only need 5. So okay, so now we have to measure again 24, then add 1 inch at the end. Oh my gosh, I just realized something. Oh, this is not going well for me at all. Oh my god. I wanted to have extra room, so I was supposed to be doing 25 and a half, but since I've just been adding an extra inch to 24, then obviously I'm just doing 25. This is a very upsetting moment because I'm already on 4. But if I do it wrong, if I do it wrong, then I'm not gonna have enough wallpaper because I need to have extra. Like, you can't do wallpaper just like with the exact amount of wood you have. Oh my god. Okay, this eraser is not gonna do me justice for this. This is so frustrating and probably the dumbest like thing to watch. I'm looking for an eraser pen right now because I'm going to erase every single line I have already drawn back to the beginning. I know this is horrible. This is now I have to erase literally every line except for the very first line because I didn't the entire time, even before when I was messed up, like the other part I was never adding, even though I kept saying 25 and a half, I was just adding 1 inch to 24, which doesn't work. Well, this is actually perfect though because it's like wallpaper with me and then I don't even end up wallpapering, which is the same as my sewing videos. So it's very typical. I don't understand what you mean write down your measurements. I guess every line after I draw it, I should measure it again and write it down. I guess, maybe, but Luckily, this is very durable paper. So you can just erase and re-erase and re-erase, and you know, that's fine. But now I'm very determined. I really am going to try to get this done tonight. I was not determined at all when I started this process. I figured I would just do it for an hour and then give up, but at this point, this is a very personal thing that I need to do. I can't believe I forgot a half an inch all the way down. The only reason I'm gonna keep erasing every line, like trying to erase it really well, is I'm really nervous because this is white wallpaper and I don't want there to be any way that you see the line through the wallpaper. I know it's really thick paper, but still, I don't want to risk that. It will look horrible. And also, like, I don't want to, like, make a mistake of any sort, like if I keep the lines and then I accidentally measure from the wrong line or cut the wrong line. I'd rather just, I mean, I've already made so many mistakes. I feel like I should just erase everything and start over. This is so sad. I was almost done. Every time I get to the end, I realize that I did it completely wrong. But honestly, if you're watching this trying to figure out how to do your own wallpaper, you're probably learning a lot because you're seeing me make so many mistakes. So then hopefully you won't make these mistakes when you try to do it. But literally, I just keep making measurement mistakes, and probably most people aren't as dumb as me as far as measuring goes. All right. I cannot read. You keep forgetting the measurements. Write them down. Piece of paper and put it in your face. Maybe. All right. I did write them down. Like, you keep saying just write them down. Like, I wrote it at the beginning. It says over here, but then. All right. So I will write down the measurements right here. 20 and a half, 25 and a half. So the whole reason, if you just joined for whatever reason, that I had to redo everything except for the first one is because I did not, let me double check this. Okay, that one's right. The whole reason I'm redoing it is because I did 25 inches instead of 25 and a half pretty much the entire way through and was almost done. So actually, I feel like this is doing me a disservice. So I'm going to start using this to measure the length and then just using this as a straight edge to draw my line. And I think that will stop confusing me. All right. So 25 and a half. 25 and a half. Okay. So that looks right. That's 1B already marked because I already did this so many times. It keeps like bending this one spot of the wallpaper. I don't know when that happened. Okay. So now we have to do, why does it seem so not straight? 25, no, it's definitely straight. Okay. 20 and a half. 20 and a half. 20 and a half. No idea how that is in the same place. Yeah, that's great. Take this with this. 20 and a half. Where's my thing? Okay, what the heck? The rulers are like an eighth of an inch off, which is frustrating for me. Alright. I genuinely don't understand. I don't. Okay, this elsewhere thing is so frustrating to me. It makes such crooked lines. I am not this dumb. I don't understand. This should not be this challenging. Okay. Please just ignore, I just keep checking the measurements so many times. I just want it to be right, and this is so stupid. All right, cool. Going on to section 3 out of 5 for the 100th time. My wallpaper fell on the floor at this point. All right, so we just did 20, and we just did this is 2 top. Okay, so we're actually not going 3. We're doing 2 bottom, which makes sense. Okay. All right. So now we're doing 25 and a half. $25 and a half. And can't check it that way if it's too long, so just gotta go with it. And we're gonna double check it. Perfect. I cannot believe anyone is still watching this. I have not done anything yet except for measure 5 billion times. Okay, so we just did 25 and a half. So now we're doing 19 and a half. We're on the top again. Or not 19 and a half, 20 and a half. Oh, this is killing me. We're doing 20 and a half. All right. $20 and a half. Okay. Just fine. Okay, gonna double check it. And it was supposed to be 20 and a half, so still good. All right, so we're gonna do 25 and a half. My God. Okay. So this is about the point that I have gotten to 4 times now and then noticed a mistake. So I'm feeling very drained at this point. But there is no mistake yet. We are doing great. So we are on the 20 and a half part. And I actually didn't erase this line yet. So I'm just erasing it because I drew this line before when I did all the measurements a ½ inch off. And so it is literally a ½ inch off. Okay. So this is supposed to be 20 and a half. Okay, that was the 4th top piece. We need 5 groupings all together, a top and a bottom. So now we are on the fourth bottom piece, and then we just have one more group to go. So the bottom piece is going to be 25.5. I'm sure about it. For once. Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's see. All right, cool. This is looking a little off. It really does look off. It looks like there's too much room on the top. Okay. Double checking right here. We got 20.5. Cool. 25.5. Oh, I guess it does. It's not too much. That is right. That is cool. That is right. Just have to double check now. Just gotta make sure. So now we are on to that was 4B, putting in. This is 5T. We're on 5T, which is the top. Sorry, that's what I just am labeling it. I keep saying top and bottom if you weren't here at the beginning of the video because there's a top shelf and there's a bottom shelf and they both need wallpaper, and I'm hoping that this matches up all the way across. We will see. Cool. One last one. Let's double check that really quick. I mean, it looks right, but cannot be trusted at this point. Cool. 20.5. We are going to, I'm really drained at this point. It take an hour to do these measurements. Jeez. All right, so we're at 25.5 for the last measurement. Alrighty. Let's check it out. So then you're gonna go ahead and draw the line across, or I'm gonna do it actually, hopefully correctly. Okay. 25. Okay, cool. We are there. We have done it. So now I'm marking it that this is the bottom. I'm going to roll this back up and I'm going to cut the first 3 panels. The reason I have to cut 3 panels out to double check things is because the middle panel is for the bottom. And I want to check 2 top pieces against each other. So we're going to cut out the first 3 panels, see if the top matches. And if it does match, then we'll keep cutting. I have so much eraser marks all over me because I've been erasing so much in this process. Now, let me attempt this. I don't know if using a straight edge would be better, but I am going to hope that I can cut really straight at this point. Okay. Oh, this is number 1. Looks great. And we're going to cut out number 2. Well, actually, this is still panel 1. All right, so we don't need this one yet. We are going to just match the top pieces for now. And maybe before I even cut it, I can just, no, yes, let's do that. Even though I literally will just die in this moment if this does not match. I don't know how to tell where my line is. Okay, my line is right there. I only looked at the leopards. I didn't look at anything else when I was doing this. And the print needs to be matched. Other than the leopards. That is so frustrating. Oh, okay. So that did not work. After all of that, that did not work. I only used the leopards to match it up because I thought it was a repeating pattern that repeated at the leopards, but it doesn't. It does the leopards twice or something before the pattern repeats. Oh, this is gonna make me die. All right, so I see it matching now. Now I fully see it. I don't know why. Okay, so I've been doing this for an hour now, and I messed up the measurements a million times because I don't know. So I'm going to go eat food, cry to myself, and see if I can find a way to make this work. So, yeah. Bye, guys. Thank you so much if you actually stuck through and watched this whole thing because clearly I have no idea what I'm doing, and all I'm doing is measuring, so that's hilarious. I'm not that concerned about it. I'm still going to try to finish it tonight, but I really have to think about how I'm going to redo the measurements because I don't want to waste the bits that I just cut. So, yeah. That's hilarious, though. honestly. All right. Bye, guys. Thank you so much if you actually stayed tuned and watched. I will see you again tomorrow.